Hey, 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 this is Kurt the Boat Doctor down here at the bay. It's going to be a beautiful day today. By gosh, better turn off my lights, it looks like. Boat Doctor. And we'll turn those babies off. Take this hat here, put it here. Hey, and here's a future Boat Doctor here. We call him Boat Doctor 2 in the near future, maybe. Yes, I'll be right down there. Anyway, we're out here. This gentleman bought this boat here a couple weeks ago. It's really, really nice boat, actually. So 685 AGK. So I'm taking it out. He wanted this. So when you shut the batteries, we rewired. So everything's dead. Even this is dead. So I got to check that out. And it steered like a tank. And I even told him that. I said, yes, you got to do something about that. And he said, yeah, I can't live with that. So I said, yeah, you know, really anything above a 90 should have hydraulic steer. So he added a hydraulic steer. It make a whole different boat out of this. And then he went ahead and, well, good idea. He went and got a nice Ray Marine element there, like a 10-inch screen. So now he's got a good little fishing boat. He can go anywhere. I think this is if I remember right, 11 by 15, 13 by 15, 115. We've already ran the motor. The only thing I'm a little concerned about here, this is down. This is pretty much a flat bottom, so it really doesn't matter. I probably would have moved that thing like over here, but he was trying to use these pre-existing holes. So the reason I'm going to check that, I'm going to set up his GPS, and hopefully they got him an Aviani card, but got a built-in tank, added a battery switch. So there you go. So here's another thing I do. This is getting off the subject. I'm all over the map, you know. And then people ask me, they say, hey, you know, how do you learn all this stuff? And I said, no. I said, I never open up a book. I never get on the computer, which is a good, I think. I'm just self-loathing. No, hold it. No, self-taught. Self-loathing. I think that means something different. Self-taught. Okay. Anyway, we'll go on to that. But I always look when I put the boat into the water at what would happen if that motor quit. So if you had a kicker motor, I always fire the kicker motor up to make sure. But if you're on the same gas, both of those motors are gone. So then I'm going to say, now what would I do? I'll see if there's an anchor. So if I had to, I could drop an anchor out. No anchor. So then I'm going to look, oh, he's got a bow mount. Okay. So then check it, make sure it worked. So now I've got like 3 options ahead. If something happened to any one of these, I could get back on. And what I always do is, if the current's like, say the tide's coming in, I'll go out. If the tide's going out, I go up. That way I can kind of 10-to-1 always make it back. I can drift back. And if I had a little bow mount, I could use that at the very end to get me into the dock. And then I also have a 3-second rule. This is getting off the subject of his boat. But whenever you're launching a boat, or whenever you're running, coming in the jetty, anywhere, you kind of look ahead what could happen and how to avoid when it gets there instead of at the last second having to make that decision. Also, on making a decision, I got a 3-second rule. Count to 3 in your head before you make a decision. Like say your boat came untied or it was starting to drift and you seen it and you said, well, I'm going to jump. I'm going to get into that boat. But I would be thinking, because if that boat started taking off on you and you jump, you may miss and you may not make it back out of that water. So you always think ahead a couple seconds, what if, to make the right decision. So anyway, I'm going to take this out and get that Ray Marine set up, check that steering, check that bow mount, make sure the battery switch is okay, and we're good to go. This is the Boat Doctor out.